Remix. 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 Remix.
Oh, yeah. Welcome out. This is the Remix Morning Show. Right here on Black Liberation Media. In case you didn't know, I go by the name of the Ear Doctor. Came here to bring you that boom bap breakfast. Right here, right now, on this beautiful 4th day of June. That's right. Let's get it in. Let me introduce you to our host with the most. Right here, right now, she goes by the name of the Queen, Amber.
What it do? Your doctor and I decided it was finally time to give y'all the show you really wanted, which is just me.
Pretty much, just me, not me and you. Your mama and your cousin
yes,
too.
You can stay here. You know, your doctor, how does it feel being the most two reliable people at Remix?
Oh, you're not about to have me throw people under the bus, but it feels good. Feels real good. I'll be here every day, as they say in the Baltimore area. It's good to see you. I got to see Amber in person, yo. Let me tell you, man, Amber's cool, good people. I seen her before, met her before, but we really got to hang out. As y'all see, on the last Remix Morning Show on Friday, got to come and pick me up for the airport. Yeah, it was dope. Mm-hmm. How was your weekend?
It was cool. We were at the conference, so.
Okay.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. I heard you did a whole presentation and everything too. No?
Me?
I thought you was holding down something.
No, I had to. Lonnie, please. I was supposed to end up doing the demilitarize our streets thing with Austin because Kamal was very late and they were like late starting. And then he was like, "Well, can you just moderate this?" Because I was volunteering in there.
Okay. So how was it?
He said, "I'm gonna need you to start talking about the stuff y'all did because I don't know where Kamal is." I said, "I can talk about some shit." I don't.
Word. So Indiana, we were old Indianapolis, nothing, man. It was a nice city.
It was a good
first
time.
I was a little skeptical. Yeah, I was a little skeptical to go to Indiana, but after
I was having a good black ass time. So many fine ass movement niggas. I said next time we do need a singles event. We need a singles event. Actually, can we do a speed dating movement nigga single event? Because actually that'll make it easy. I can narrow my options down way quicker.
See, is that a problem though? Working with people you work with, like they always say, don't work with people you work with. But where else do you meet people, right?
I have never dated a movement nigga.
A word?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason why I would consider it is because none of them will live where I live. So.
Oh, you like that long distance?
It ain't that much distance. A few hours really ain't nothing.
Shit. It's something if you gotta spend money to get there. Talking about
who's spending the money?
The guy.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, you never consider the guy, do you? It's just dude.
I think we should consider men less.
Oh, you got it all wrong right there. You know what I'm saying? We as a people, ain't that part of the whole conference is about us coming together, uniting and working together?
We can come together and unite.
Yeah, I bet you would like that.
Not on that.
You like to unite in another way. But it was good seeing all the people.
So funny.
Shout out to everybody, because y'all know I don't remember y'all names. But everybody I took pictures with, everybody I talked to, everybody that came and said hi, it was a blessing. It was good to see y'all.
It's me. I run a tight ship.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know you had control where you could put stuff on the screen. That's what you're doing?
I do now because Renee gave it to me. Because Renee loves me.
Yes. Well, big up to Manny. That's right. I finally did get to meet you. And at first,
it's Manny.
Manny? You know what I do. I fuck people's names up. Manny. I like Manny. And big up to Leah Boggs, a.k.a. Leah Boggs. You know what I'm saying? I see Elon. You know what I mean? Everybody. It
Elon
was
is
dope.
so cool.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had a great time with Elon. I took them and their friends to the Airbnb to change for the little event thing we did one night. Let's
Okay.
talk about, actually, Doctor, let's backtrack. Let's talk about my influence, because I was like, oh, it's Friday. We should go do something. And I was asking my friend who lives there, I was like, what's the place we could go? She was like, the living room. I was like, okay, cool. So then I told some of our friends we're going to the living room, including Josh from Remix. And then he told the Black Man Bill niggas, who also told other people. We was like 40 niggas deep in there. I said, do y'all see my influence in real time?
That's a nigga.
It was great. I had so much fun.
Yo, and I tried to go Saturday night and hang out at that little pizza bar, but it was too many people in
It
there. I
was
couldn't do it.
packed.
Yeah.
But the trick was just to sit at a table. If you sit at a table, we got our stuff super quick.
Oh, word. Yeah, I couldn't do
And
it.
shout out to all the niggas that was buying me drinks every day I was there. Shout out to my
Alright.
homie Tommy. He gave me a ticket to a WNBA game. Went to go see the Connecticut Sun and Indiana Fever. And then I went to the karaoke thing after that at the bar. And then the next day we went to that bar that you said was packed full of people. It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah. Big up to ZZ Lion Dad. Got to see him again. You know what I'm saying?
ZZ got me a black mask. I appreciate that, brother.
Dr. CBS, Layla Brown. It's good to see the doctors and the doctor. So it was good to see, 3 doctors was able to converse. You know what I mean? So it was a beautiful time. So
We were definitely outside. It was a really great.
So I take it Kamal was still out on the road. So that's pretty much why y'all didn't get to see us yesterday. We had to run a rerun. Kamal was on the road. Kim was on the road. And
That's
I could
wild.
do it myself, but that's why we got reruns. You know what I mean? So we got Kim coming up soon also. So it won't just be the Ear Doctor Amber show, but for the intro
It
surely
could just
will.
be the Amber show. You could.
What happened to Unity, Amber? I mean, why is it?
I don't understand why you think I want to unify with men.
Big up to Sophia Williams. Yes, I got to meet Sophia. I really wish
Also,
I could
Ear
remember
Doctor
names.
was doing some great DJing.
Well, thank you. And the video came out good too. I was happy and excited about that too. So if y'all ain't seen it, go check it out. Just
what
post
video?
it. The live stream of the whole event.
Oh yeah, those live streams were looking really, really good. I had to use a live stream to tell when y'all really was starting, because everything started almost 40 minutes to an hour late every time.
You know it wasn't on me. I'm just
I
saying.
know.
But the thing is, it was also the people was getting there late. So we had to wait for the people to file in, and then we could finally start it. But it was good entertainment to get it started. We had beatboxing. We had guitar playing. My man was like, I was like,
yeah, the older guy from Fruit of Labor.
Yeah.
The elders were interesting.
They was. And I see some camaraderie about whose idea is better than the other. They was going back and forth. I was like, okay, this was a real battle of MCs.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
Yeah.
That open mic thing, a little weird. But,
Whoa, I heard some things about this open mic. Now I heard that it was being colonized after a while. Was you there for that?
I wasn't
Tell us
there
what
for
happened.
I wasn't there for the super white part. I was there when there's some white people in there attending, and there were some white people that were about to perform. But I didn't get to see all of them. I only saw one person. They was kind of lame. But I did just think it was weird. I said, where all these white people come from? It's enough white motherfuckers in Indiana. They didn't have to come to this conference too.
I think he even come out apologized. Like, listen, I didn't know they were.
As you should, because it got to be the person with a white parent to apologize. That's what we need. We need to really feel the apology.
So for those who didn't know, I heard that they got some white people came and got on stage. It was saying the N-word, or as you like to say, nigga. And yeah, I was like, really? And nobody got up in the crowd and said, nah, we not having this. No, none of the hosts said, no, we're not having this. You got to get off stage. I thought this was a radical conference.
I said, not they got up on the stage and said, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit. That's basically what I did.
Yeah, that was wild. It was wild. I heard about it. I was an
For
outside
people in the
DJ.
chat, yes, there were white people at the conference.
You know they
We
gonna
didn't.
come.
We didn't invite them.
And big up to the mad cool white people. The sister that was in the wheelchair, I forget her name, and the other sister that was at the front door hanging out. Yeah, they're regulars.
Who?
You know the sister, the white sister in the wheelchair.
Oh, Megan.
Yeah, Megan.
She's
Yeah,
very
good
nice.
people. Yeah, good people. Good
That's
people.
how I found out how they got there. I said, "Girl, how you found out about the conference?"
Mm-hmm.
And she was telling me because she's in the BAP Solidarity Network.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, you always got your Jim Browns and certain people that's allowed at the table. At least stand by the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So other than that, we had a good weekend.
This is a rerun.
Yeah. Nah, we here. We live for y'all. So other than that, yeah, we gonna get into some this, that, and the third.
Y'all know he don't know what he talking about. Just let it slide. Just let it slide.
Jim Brown, the white Jim Brown. Am I wrong?
I don't think you are right based off of
John Brown. Thank you, African period. John Brown. There I go messing names up. John Brown. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know, slip it a one letter.
You know,
Or
it
two.
happens. It happens. I also got to meet Ashley Knuckles, and they wrote me the most beautiful note. And I just want y'all to know that they are amazing. I love a good letter. So they wrote me the most beautiful letter and gave me a lotion bar that they made. And I used some of it already, and it's amazing.
A lotion bar?
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's
soap?
like lotion, but in a bar form. So like you can use it after you got the shower, like when you're still damp, and like rub it. Those are my favorite kind, actually. They have these kinds at like a shea butter.
I was about to say it's like a ball of shea butter in a way.
Yeah, they have that at I think it's called Lush, and I get those a few times. But to me, this one actually was better because I don't necessarily like the little exfoliating beads on the Lush one, and it was so soft.
I got to hang out with Erica Brown from Brokish. She is funny and cool. We got to go hang out.
Erica's hilarious. Erica and I had a whole conversation about whether I'm light skinned or not, as I'm fighting the allegations. I'm boxing against the allegations.
Huh? Are you light skinned?
I don't think I am. I don't think I'm that
not
But she did tell me that since other people have found love in the chat that I could too. I said, girl. No.
And no, I did not run Kim Brown into any doors. She had a good brother there to help her out. So
she had plenty of help and did not need a doctor at all. And
how was it? You talked to Kim?
I talked to Kim plenty of times.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Musa. I also talked to Musa, and I just love him. Musa's so much fun, y'all.
Musa's cool. He said the best part of the remix is me and Kim. So big up to you, Musa.
He definitely didn't say that shit.
He did. Musa, back me up here. He don't want to start no problems. You ain't gotta say it, Musa. I know.
There's no problems to start.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Boom. We're gonna take a quick break. I know y'all been dying for the weather report, so I'm here. What are they doing out there? Man, they moving this lady's old furniture out. I could swear this furniture look like it's from the Renaissance era. Oh my God.
Swearing. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, your doctor. I'll keep stuff for years too.
This shit right here look like
I got stuff I had in college. Like I still got like pots and pans stuff I used in college.
This look like Abraham Lincoln used to take a power nap on this furniture over here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back and bang you on the head with something. It might have another host too. Who knows? So right here, let's do it on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go. Yeah. What's good, everybody? Welcome out to the Remix Morning Show. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go to patreon.com. Become a member over there, get footage that's rare. And yes, you can share like you care. You took pictures this weekend if you was there. Go ahead and post it on your IG. Go ahead and post it on your Facebook. Post it somewhere. You know what I mean? Share and talk about what we doing right here. And what you can do also is you can donate. Where Where can you donate, you ask? blkliberationmedia.org, where you can also get you some dope fit. I know y'all got to see me rocking the hoodie. Y'all got to see me rocking the shirt. Go ahead and get you some. You know what I mean? You can even get yourself a Remix Morning mug. Oh, snap. Don't get me started. All right, boom. Let's talk about this weather here. All right, let's start. What's crazy is, we always start in the ATL. It's cooler down here than it is in DC. We got a high in Atlanta of 79 degrees. In DC, we got a high of 88 degrees. Indiana, we got a high of 85 degrees. Houston, 89 degrees. Nice and warm in Houston. Compton, they at 71 degrees. St. Kitts, always wanted to go check that place out. They got a high of 83 degrees. And last but not least, Pemba, Mozambique. They got a high of 83 degrees. Now, that's kind of warm. And I tell you what else is kind of hot, though. The fact that this album or this single came out like almost 30 years ago. We're talking about If I Ruled the World. It dropped 29 years ago today. So this right here was a single. It came out in 1996. What we talking about? They redid a song from Curtis Blow at the same time using the same beat from Friends from Houdini. Nas killed him with the rhyme. Lauren sang the hook, and this single actually went platinum a while back ago. So this was a big landmark right here because this was right before Lauryn Hill, did her solo album. This is the first time she did something outside of the Fugees with somebody, and Nas came and they made it happen. So that was pretty dope. All right, with that said, let's go ahead and get back to our crew right here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go. I can't hear you.
That's cool. I know that song was that old.
29 years, right? Shit is crazy.
My favorite song by them, by Lauryn Hill, by Nas featuring Lauryn Hill, is a song he came out with a few years ago.
Oh, Nothing. Nobody. Somewhere to be nobody. Speaking of somebody who's not nobody, let's bring on the order then. Burn it down, Kim.
Hey, Martins.
Morning. 29 years ago, Kim, If I Ruled the World. Ain't that something? Don't you feel young?
29 years ago?
Yep. 29 years ago.
How the fuck old was I 29 years ago? Wait a minute. Now I got to do maths.
He was like 10.
Nice.
That's a long time ago.
10 plus 10 down there. 96.
Wait a minute. So that came out 95?
96.
So that came out the same year I graduated high school. So you're telling me I've been out of high school almost 30 years. I'm going back to bed. Everybody have a good night's day. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Okay, see you later. Bye.
What's good, Kim?
See you,
made
bye.
it back.
See you, bye. Bye. No, I'm kidding. I'm not leaving.
Stop. Yo. So how was your weekend?
Kim?
Good morning, Ambers. Hi, Nakapondas.
What up?
What's up, remixers? The weekend was great. It was fantastic. I learned a lot. I felt very affirmed and validated by all the love received. Mm-hmm. Even though Ear Doctor insisted on leaving me out of the fun plans, Amber. See, Amber, you was in contact with Ear Doctor. Ear Doctor knew where all the plans was. Ear Doctor was not forwarding that information along to the rest of the group. I said,
I know. I saw them the next day. I said, "Well, where was y'all at?" And they said, "Ear Doctor didn't tell us nothing." I said, "That's
ain't nothing."
Crazy.
Ear Doctor was in bed.
Information lives and dies with the Ear Doctor. Don't tell a nigga nothing because he ain't gonna pass it along.
Ear Doctor
had not a reporter.
Ear Doctor had to wake up and do video recording and DJing all Saturday. So Ear Doctor went to bed.
Can I tell you? You did a really good job, brother. You did a great job. Everything sounded good. Cause nigga, I'm a hater. Like I've been listening. I was listening out for feedback, listening out for mics bleeding back. I'm listening to the broadcast, nigga. No, I heard nothing. I heard no flaws. I heard no mistakes. I heard no bumps. I heard no distortions. It sounded fantastic. Looked fantastic, Air Doctor. You did a great job.
I try. And we got to do classical breakdown live.
Did we?
Yeah, live, like without camera, all that. We just got on the mic. It was like, yo, you out here? Let's do it. So that was
you did
cool.
miss a good time, Kim. We went to this like hole in the wall spot.
See, but see,
I did a good 2 karaoke songs. I was doing my big one out there.
Tell us about the karaoke night, because we definitely missed that.
It was fun. It was me, a lot of people from Indy, a lot of folks there was some people who came from Mexico to the conference.
Really?
This guy named Alejandro. He was really cool. Folks from BLM Louisville, the Black Man Build niggas.
Why they always gotta be the Black Man Build niggas? The Black Man Build fellers.
The Black Man Build niggas, Maleka, and a few other folks. It was just in there lit. And Tommy came, and I did a few karaoke songs. You know that song, I Like It by Elder Barge, Kim?
Yes, I do.
It's one of my favorites.
See, that's the fact that was even available to be sang on karaoke. Now I'm really mad that I didn't get a chance to go, because that means it was a selection.
It was hood karaoke. The nigga was on YouTube typing in karaoke version in the song.
That's how I do my karaoke. Yeah, you type in YouTube.
You can find any song doing that.
Yeah,
well,
pretty much. That's how I do it. Yeah,
well,
but
that's good, Amber. I mean, I was so happy to meet you in person.
Yeah, it was great.
You were ambering at a very high level. It was high amber.
You know.
He was off their meds, yo. She was out there wilding.
Oh no, I was taking my medicine every day. Don't play that.
No. Oh, my bad.
This is my normal personality.
Oh, my bad.
Amber, right. When is month and day? When's your birthday?
July 13th.
Oh, you're Cancer. Okay.
Coming up. What we doing?
That exists. The only one that really matters.
Oh, well, summer down. See, Cancer don't usually go like that.
See, yeah.
You got some other shit at play in your chart, but I'll take it. All right, Cancer.
Yeah, I'm a Cancer Sun, Virgo Moon, Libra rising. People tell me they can definitely do the Libra.
That's the sparkle in your eyes. I too am Libra rising, so that's okay. I got it.
Well,
I had to learn more about it because I didn't really understand zodiac stuff, and I was like, that makes sense though when I read about it, like because they're rising is how you like present in the world or how people see you, and I was like, okay, I could see that.
So what is mine? I'm a Scorpio, November 18th.
You're groundhog.
Okay.
Right.
You gotta go on the little website and put your stuff in. You gotta put in your date of birth, the time you were born, and then it'll tell you what your son
and where you were born. You know where you were born, your doctor?
Trenton, New Jersey.
Trenton, New Jersey.
Yeah. My was born in Trenton.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is, I think all those signs and everything, everybody got different attributes.
Of course.
So
yeah, I don't think everybody is their textbook like zodiac. Like I have a twin sister. My twin sister.
You have a twin?
Yeah.
She ain't got a real twin. She ain't got a real twin sister.
Why would I lie about that?
Pull a picture up.
Are y'all identical twins or fraternal?
We're fraternal twins. She's a lot brighter than me.
Okay, never mind. I believe that.
Nah.
I didn't believe the Almighty would copy you and make another one. But
it's always a fucking hater. Always a hater.
Yeah.
That's my sister.
Oh yeah, y'all definitely don't look alike. Okay. The eyes though. The eyes and the
look exactly alike. What do you mean?
That's a stupid question. How old is she? No, I'm kidding. I'm not.
I know that's bullshit.
Oh, y'all twins. Oh, y'all was born on the same day. Okay, got it. No, I'm kidding. Ooh. Well, that's what's up. Well, shout out twin. Hey, twin.
I hated the matching outfits though.
So Do y'all have any stories? Y'all was talking about finding some stories.
I
Hey, ear
did post
doctor,
in
you
I
know
did
where I
post in the
was?
chat about the
You know
What you
where I
said?
was at 8 o'clock when you called me?
Oh, I know where you was. Knock the fuck
Head
out.
on the pillow. Had my
Oh,
head on
Elon.
the
Elon needs some
pillow.
glasses.
An ear doctor said, "Get your ass downstairs." He
Mm-hmm.
said the
that's
show
Elon.
only has tattoo.
Yeah, and
Your doctor,
Matt.
pull up that song that I played for you that time on SoundCloud.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, by
Oh,
the
what I
way,
was gonna
y'all,
say earlier.
ear doctor was also ear doctoring at a very high level, very high
Oh my
levels
goodness.
of knocker.
Me, you, Erica, and what's the brother's name?
Latif,
Latif.
you
Oh
Latif.
yeah.
and sister Erica argue and fuss like brother and sister. I said,
Mhm.
Is someone going to get slapped in the back seat? I
I'm,
don't know what's going on here."
yo, I don't know how he do it. I'm just
How who
saying.
do it?
Him, Erica's mate. How does he put up with that mouth? Oh my god.
But it's
Oh,
so sweet
Erica
though.
Mary.
I love Sister Erica. First of all, I like Sister Erica quite a bit. Sister Erica is hilarious. But and she says everything so sweet. She doesn't raise her voice.
yeah,
She doesn't lower her voice. Like
it's
everything
slick
she
with it.
says.
It's slick. Like they say some mean shit real nice.
Real nice. Very kind. She said, Amber, so you and your sister, like, do y'all exactly alike? Like, what is that like? And I was talking to her. It was so funny.
Mhm.
My sister and I
Yeah.
are not exactly like. My sister is extremely emotional. I can look at her too hard, she start crying,
And
and I'd
it's
be like,
crazy. It's crazy how I told Eric, I was like, women want a man to lead them. And then there was a big no, 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 no. And then we pulled over and was like, well, why don't you find out where we gonna go eat at? I was like, there you go. You want me to lead you, but you just said you don't. I'm confused. It's just coming out of my mouth. I know what it is. If I say it, then it's wrong. But I get it.
That's wild. Hey, doctor, let's do your sun, moon, and rising.
There we go. So when's your
I got it
birthday?
pulled up. What's your date of birth?
November 18th,
Mm.
1975.
November 18th,
Shit, that was a while back.
1975.
Big up
What
to my
time were you
mom,
born?
pops.
What time
3
were you
p.m.
Even?
on the nose?
3, yeah, around 3-2
Three,
It matters.
in the
3:02?
afternoon. Yeah, sure.
You sure?
Yeah, positive.
This might not be that accurate because I feel like you're lying. Okay.
Well, that's the whole
And
thing with
then
astrology anyway. It's never accurate.
it's Trenton, New Jersey.
Trenton.
Trenton. You gotta say Trenton, not Trenton.
T-R-E-N.
Okay. Let me share my
E-N.
screen.
Trenton. Apostrophe E-N.
Yeah, we had some good debates though.
Who did?
Me and Erica. What's going on here? Are you
Sam Smith
trying to
is
put
giving
something on
the
the screen?
astrology?
Yeah.
Are-
Is it showing?
No, I had to do it.
Oh, okay. So your big three are Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Taurus. Tauruses are cool. And your regular is Aries. Your rising sign.
Aries.
Rising is Aries. Oh, well, okay. Some of this I can follow because my moon is also in Taurus. I have Taurus moon, and I had a feeling there was some fire in there with Air Doctor because
Mhm.
his mouth is a little bit more extra than just regular old Scorpios. That
Mhm.
Aries, that fire in there through that give him the little oomph.
It's
Yeah.
no filter. And big up to Latif who tried to say what he was trying to say. No, I said what I said, and I said it this way so that you can understand it. People want
I
shit
meant what I meant.
sugar coated. Why?
I don't know. I don't do that shit.
Exactly. So,
But
all
I was
right.
gonna tell you earlier, my favorite part of that song with Nas and Lauryn Hill was the first part of her verse when she said, "All my time is spent focused on my people now." why would I join them when I know that I can beat them now? I feel like that's a great like movement verse that people can I've used for other shit, but I really like it.
I hope he puts out a Lauryn Hill album. That would be nice. Since he's putting out Slick Rick's new album, De La Soul, Mobb Deep, some other people, that'll be good. Slick Rick is coming back, y'all. All right. So you said news stories. You got something? Yes, right. Neither of y'all do.
Well, that's not what I said. I said, could you share the spreadsheet with the news stories?
Oh, that's gonna take a minute.
And I
Hey,
put it in
remixers! Can y'all
Please,
y'all
go ahead.
discuss that amongst yourselves? Can I speak to my folks here for a second?
Please.
Shout out to everyone that's with us in the chat. Shout out to everyone that came to Indianapolis, everyone that spoke, everyone that presented, everyone that bought their vibes, everyone that brought their churn, everyone that came up and said, "What's up?" Thank you so much. I did some shout outs last night on my show. And I hope y'all watch my show. By the way, please go subscribe to Burn It Down with Kim Brown. I appreciate it. But I was very wonderfully affirmed. That's the word. That's the best word I can say. Because I don't want to say surprised, because I wasn't surprised, but I was very affirmed by all the people that I met and the information that I was able to take in. So thank you guys. Everybody was really nice.
Oh, the rest sheet. There we go.
And Kim fashion was on point. I said, okay, outfits.
Listen, Sister Erica and I had discussions beforehand. I said, listen, the millennial girl said they're going up there with fits. Erica, what's your outfit? I can't remember what Erica said. She said something funny and sweet in return.
I'm saying I got to get an outfit off every time. So
see now when I was 30, I too was trying to get outfits off. A girl shoe. What height of heel can I comfortably walk around New Orleans in? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the convention. I'm like, what am I finna wear? Girl, wait till you get 45 plus. I won't say you won't give a damn, because you probably will still give a damn, but it's a lot different. I'm just going to tell you that much.
Oh yeah, happy Pride, y'all!
Come through, Pride. What's up, Pride?
Wait, Miss South Pride is this weekend in Memphis. I don't know what other places are doing Pride, other than like I know Chicago has Pride in June. I don't know. What
they just had DC Black Pride last weekend.
Yeah, because I was following the mess on Instagram where the kid girl was arguing with T.S. Madison, and she was eating them up. T.S. Madison was eating her up. I said, "Oh, this is getting good." Then somebody made them little puppets. You know, you made it when somebody make a little puppet of your argument. It was so funny.
I don't. Anyway, I saw somebody make a video about it. Kaya, you know, my back girl was booked to perform at DC Black Pride, but Kaya doesn't. I guess she has a history of transphobia and homophobia, and the girls were like
a whole video rewinding it to when it all started and all the transphobic shit she was saying, and she's trying to say that it's not transphobic because she only says those things about T.S. Madison. I was like, that's still transphobic. That's exactly what that means. Stupid. Right. And then T.S. Madison was like, okay. Then T.S. Madison was like, you got booked for $2,500 and a 10-piece lemon pepper. I said, no, wait. $2,500.
Ooh. T.S. Madison said he getting that real money. That little $2,500 he gave it.
Hey, so check this out, right? Come back here tomorrow for this right here. We got Billy Preston, Classical Breakdown Music 101 at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So make sure y'all come through for that.
Ooh, Billy Preston. That's going to be interesting because, again, Billy Preston, incredible musician, incredible songwriter, but he's probably best known for the records he worked on as opposed to his own records. And he had some records, by the way. He did have some jams.
Was he gay?
Yes.
That's why I brought it up, Amber. There
you go.
Nigga. No, it was relevant to y'all, what y'all was saying.
Okay.
Niggas,
so
not niggas.
I got some articles coming up, but I want to say I posted on Facebook. I was like, on June 1st, I was like, oh, I didn't get any happy Pride messages this year. We're making some progress because people think I'm gay. And I think it has more so to do with the fact that I don't talk about my like private life on socials like that. I talk about it on here, but like I don't talk about it like on Facebook and stuff like that. And the comments was doing a lot. I said, you know what? I'll never share a thought with you motherfuckers ever again.
On Facebook, baby. What?
Yeah, I said, now wait.
All your Sunday school friends read your Facebook now.
I ain't friends with them. I'm not friends with them. But this nigga, okay, so y'all remember, can you remember the dude I told you was in the friend zone? I think he's trying to get out the friend zone.
Mhm.
This motherfucker gonna comment and say, you grown out of your lesbian dressing phase.
Mm.
And
What's
I
lesbian
said,
dressing?
what's a lesbian dressing phase? And then my friend commented and said, he ain't lying. I said, I just like to wear clothes that express myself and my aesthetic. What is that about?
Big shirts, shorts.
I actually don't
big
wear
pants.
shirts. I wear a lot of shorts. Yeah. I do wear a lot of shorts.
It has
And
that.
then
I
she
remember
said-
when the baby lesbians was dressing like Lil Wayne a lot. They all had the short lock, like the medium locks and the sports bras and the cargo shorts. I don't know what lesbian dressing is. That's what
I don't know either.
I can tell you.
What is it?
It's white tees, wife beaters, do rags.
Nigga, I like wife beaters. What is this?
Cargo pants.
I don't own any cargo pants, and I don't own any white
Well,
t-shirts. Or white
okay,
beaters.
those are the ones that they call. I don't want to mess no words up, and y'all throw no tomatoes at me. But those are the ones you would call butch. Is that okay?
More like butch
Yeah.
studies?
Yeah,
but not all lesbians are butch, right?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Nah. So the other lesbians, they kind of look like they don't care about what they wore. They just put some clothes on and go outside.
Oh,
I don't think this is specifically describing all lesbians. I don't think this. I think the lesbians were like a word, to be honest. I think the lesbians was like to interject here.
I didn't know that. White women are butch, black women are studs. I didn't never know.
I don't know about that either. I don't know about the queer history because I don't identify as queer. Anyways,
I do live in Atlanta.
My other friend commented and said, you know, sometimes that aesthetic gives bi-curious lesbian. And then I sent that little emoji. It's like the little blushing, laughing emoji. I just think that, you know, we should not gender clothes. I think the gendering of clothes has really fueled the lesbian allegations for me. I just like to wear t-shirts and be comfortable. And I have ADHD. And one of the cool things I learned about ADHD is that you do tend to wear the same things. Like you have the same safe clothes you wear, so you don't have to think about stuff. And now I'm not saying I don't think they're attractive. I don't think women are attractive. I just think that I would not make it in a relationship. I think that it wouldn't work. But I just like to wear the same shit. And usually it's like workout clothes. Exactly, A-Rob. Clothes have no gender. And I think that because we're really...
I don't know about that.
I do think that clothes have no gender.
Crop tops. They don't have a gender.
I like when niggas wear crop tops. I can see the little handle thing right there on the side.
Them cut off sweatshirts.
I like that little line.
In the 80s and 90s, those were absolutely crop tops.
And they look good.
They have a gender. Trust and believe that. Because come on.
Go back and look at some of the early 90s movies. All the supposed brolic, muscle-bound dudes was all in crop tops, Air Doctor.
And they look good.
Sure
I shop in the men's section all the time though, and that's mainly because the clothes are cheaper.
I'll say less.
And I
all right, let me I could go on and get tomatoes thrown all day, but I'm not. I mean, it is what it is. All right, y'all got your news. You got your news pulled up, Amber.
No,
I sent the email to you also, Kim, with news, but I'll let Amber take over.
Anyways, I do agree that we should bring Musa on to talk about some of these subjects, because I do think it would be good to like talk about hip hop and ballroom, the history of that. They're talking about some really cool stuff in the chat. I think that we should do like some special.
Drop the StreamYard link, chat. Listen, I'm on the struggle bus. Let me know.
Don't you want to come on?
Musa ain't got Musa. I don't think Musa is ready for being on camera.
Which is a shame because
I really
Amber, did you see how fine Musa is? Have you seen Musa before?
I said, imagine I said, y'all see how fine Moose is? Imagine if he had got that little undercut shade, baby. He was gonna be getting hoes. I tell you. Woo!
Okay,
We
Ric
know
Flair.
that
I
fine
said,
person.
"Hell, hold on, Musa. Wait a minute. Where you going? Come here. Come here."
I said, oh, too many fine niggas.
Let
Oh
me
my
tell you
Thank you for
goodness.
something,
coming.
brother.
I think
Musa identifies as they, them. The body is he, himing. The body is he, him. Okay, the body was he, himing. I said, okay, come here, muscles. Let me holler.
Him.
them outfits he was getting, I was cute. I said, okay, Musa, I see you.
Oh my
Sheesh.
God.
There was
Him.
somebody there. Her name was Bree, who had a Emil Cocker Brawl shirt on.
Mhm.
That I had to take a picture of so I can find it on the Etsy site that she found it. It was so cute. This is what they were talking about. Monty was saying, can we do a breakdown on the evolution and connection of early hip hop and ballroom? And I think that would be cool.
Wow. Okay.
Early
Interesting.
hip
I
hop
see. I
and
wouldn't have
ballroom.
put those things together, but I'm
Not at all.
my interest is peaked.
As a hip hop historian as myself, I'm
Dante, I
intrigued.
got you. You know, just hit me up. I will say that my fashion is all over the place.
Yeah.
I will just say that.
But if y'all really want to know style and how to dress fly, look no further. And while you're there, go ahead to the blkliberationmedia.org and go ahead and get you some of that gear y'all see me in, which is that Black Liberation Media gear. It was it. Yeah. A lot of people was like, yo, I gotta get that. Go get it. So
And I want to big up all the people that traveled some distances. Amber, you traveled a distance. Naka traveled a distance. We have folks showing up from Oakland, California, from out from the Bay, yay, as Air Doctor say.
yeah.
Yay,
Houston,
area.
Texas. Good sis came from from Peru. Amber
There was
said
somebody from
folk came from
Mexico.
Mexico. Folk came from Charleston, South Carolina. What's up? Another Erica came from Charleston. Nadia from Milwaukee. Who else? Murders from Detroit. Who else showed up?
It was a whole bunch of DC Bat people there.
Who was there? Evan was there. Who else was there? My memory is kind of bad. Shout out to AG. Shout out to Z. Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Zach. Shout out to Rouse Pasta Sauce. Rouse Pasta Sauce was up in the joint.
Oh, Rao was so cool. It was so cool to meet them.
All right. It looked like we got our
And
first
they broke
story.
down this workshop for me because I wasn't there for the whole thing. So I appreciate the synopsis, Rao. They did a big one.
All right. Look like we got our first story ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead
Hold
and
on. I just want to say before we do that, I just want to say, be who you are for your pride. Okay, let's go.
Thank you.
whew, glad you good at karaoke. All right, let me play this one. Good Lord.
I love that video. That man
Hey.
said, I got you some Skittles because you gay and stuff.
Good morning, all. Let me try to sit up. See, this is why radio works and TV does it. Because I could sit in the radio studio with all the lights off, my eyes actually closed, and then still sit here and talk. But now there's people watching, so let me pretend. Hey, gang, what's going on? It's the Remix Morning Show. Today is Wednesday, June the 4th, 2024. Women's Wednesdays, coincidentally. It is I, the women's, well, us, the women's.
women's.
Amber's in the building.
Yeah.
Kim Brown in the
I'm
building.
here.
Nakapanda's in the building. I feel a little bad welcoming y'all to the show because Amber, when did you get the call to join the show this morning?
You know, it was last night.
Oh, nice night. Okay.
Real late. And I said, okay, but I was sleep texting. I got this bad habit of sleep texting.
Oh,
Like,
girl.
I will. In high school, I memorized the keyboard on my phone because I had a BlackBerry and one plus I had a phone, so I would text without looking. So I'll do that sometimes when I'm sleeping and I realize it, I'll be responding because I don't have to actually look at the screen. It's a very bad habit of mine.
But that would lead me to wonder, are you even really resting? Like, are you in a full state of rest? If you have any ability of consciousness to grab your phone, be dexterous enough to hold and send messages via the keyboard. Like, are you really
Yeah.
asleep?
I was not at that point. I was falling asleep. I was like getting there. Hold on, my mama calling me. Hold on.
Okay. So, gang, I appreciate you all joining us. Please, you know, give us a little grace here because I was on the road yesterday coming back from parts otherwhere because after Indianapolis on Sunday, um made a detour in Chicago. And of course, you guys know I love Chicago. Chicago's one of my favorite places. Guess where I went, y'all?
Where?
Went out to the Hampton House in Maywood, right outside of the city, Fred Hampton House. And it was an
Period.
unexpected tour. Shout out to Comrade Koo. Comrade Koo, they just random showed up, knocked on the door. They were like, well, we really don't do tours right now on Monday, but come on in, sister. And showed us these incredible pictures, these incredible artistic renderings from around the globe of Chairman Fred. They told us that they were able to save the Fred Hampton House, so it's not I think the website now is just hamptonhouse.org. It's not savethehamptonhouse.org because they were able to secure funding to keep the house, and there was some upgrades going on there. They were painting, doing other stuff. So definitely follow.
Yeah, I know they had did a fundraiser to raise the money for it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you was chilling in the Hamptons. I was like, okay, you fancy.
In Maywood, Illinois, Hamptons. No, I've never been to the Hamptons, Air Doctor. I'm not that bougie.
Right.
I don't ever have no desire to go to the Hamptons. All the little like bougie, like the Hamptons, Martha's Vineyard, you can keep all that shit. I'm not interested in any of it.
The Oak Bluffs.
Right. I'd rather be where I was. I was on the west side of Chi. I love Chicago. You like Chicago, Amber? You been to Chicago?
I love Chicago. There's some really cool dispensaries that I went to in Chicago. There's some fire food spots. This is Indian like pizza spot. Okay, my dog is harassing me, and so I do have to go for just a
ahead.
second. I'll be right back.
I'm just gonna run my yam here for a second.
Calling at me.
So I hope y'all don't have no actual expectations to do. Okay, well, there come Naka. Okay, what's up, Naka?
So unprofessional. Welcome to the Remix Morning Show, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Air Doctor.
Yeah, so yesterday, since we just chatting, hung out with my daughter. We got to go see the Karate Kid movie, and it could have been
middle of a story. Nobody cared. That's okay. Don't worry.
Oh, you was talking about the Hampton. You was at the Fred Hampton House, and they let you in. We gonna catch you back up. They let you in. They said they usually don't do tours on Mondays, but good sister, come on in. What happened?
I wasn't finished.
I got you back to where you was at.
Well, I'm done now. You know what I'm saying?
See, what kind of
you know what I'm saying? Like this,
what kind of bull?
Interrupted my train of thought.
Let me give you a better story.
So you and your daughter went to Karate Kid. What's they done made it again? They done made this movie again?
Karate Kid again, and it could have stayed on Netflix. I was so like, really?
You went to go see it in person?
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to go hang out with my daughter. So we did that. Went shopping a little bit, and yeah, but they could save that joint right there. But I had a real good conversation.
What's the last concert you went to, Ear Doctor?
What'd you buy your daughter when you took her shopping?
Some shorts and some sneakers. She got some dope kicks, yo. You know
were they lesbian shorts or
no? They was denim skirt like shorts. Like a skirt in the front.
Yes.
Yeah. No, she gonna be looking fly if she with me. Nah, she gonna be looking fly if she with me. Come on, stop playing. But yeah, good conversations with her and everything. It was real.
What is your daughter talking about? What's on her mind?
Well, I was talking about how sometimes parents, have to do certain things. We have to make sure you leave this house with manners. We got to make sure, like, sometimes they got used to getting stuff and not saying thank you. And I was like, yo, you got to say thank you. You got to be more appreciative of somebody getting you. Shit we used to do back in the day. We had to, man, please. We had to say thank you. Or we get popped.
What you say? that was the prompting from
is that
and to the child. And what do you say?
Yep,
you knew what to say, though.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. So but it was good. It was good talking to her about her future, what she want to do and stuff like that.
That's beautiful, Air Doctor.
All right. So
what does she want to do with her life?
She's still figuring it out. Still figuring out. She just get good
Period.
grades. I'm gonna teach her how to play chess this summer and teach her how to drive and try to find some type of passion she can develop so she ain't gotta work.
That's cool. I'll make sure to tell everybody that tell my dog that y'all think he's cute. As you can see, he's a stalker. And
Mm.
while he's smiling, he was literally like pawing at me.
What kind of dog?
He's a German Shepherd Bloodhound mix. I got him from the pound.
How much does he weigh?
He is 85
That's
pounds.
a good big dog.
84, 85. He was a little over 90. We had to get that shit down a few years ago because I'm not paying. If you get a dog over 90 to 100 pounds, you pay more for medications and stuff. I'm not doing that. This is a strict household, buddy.
Mm.
So
You like that dog lick you in your face, don't you?
I don't.
Oh, good.
I don't. The most he's gonna get is literally he was sitting his face on. He usually is sitting his face on my arm most of the time when I'm on here. He'll just sit there with his face on my arm and look at what I'm doing.
How old is the dog?
He is 9.
Oh, he's a
about to
big
turn
one.
9. He's
Grown
8.
up.
He's about to turn 9 on July 1st. That's his birthday.
Hmm.
And what's his name?
His name is Mac Avery,
Mac.
Macadocious, Machiavelli, Macadoodle.
Macaroni
My
and
friend
cheese.
Jess calls him Macadoodle. My sister calls him mac and cheese sometimes, or Macadoodle. Yeah, he usually here for the when I'm on the show. He's usually here the entire time, either sitting under me or sitting right there.
He's a good guard security dog.
I think he puts on a good show.
Okay, but sometimes that's all he got to do, right?
Oh man, what is this? What is this? FEMA head said we was unaware of U.S. hurricane season report. You want to go ahead and take the?
Because I can't stand an overproducing motherfucker. I swear to God.
Yeah, doctor. I mean, I haven't had coffee. Like, there's a lot of things I'm lacking right now. So anyway, remixers, our apologies. We're sorry in advance. But thank you anyway for being here. But yeah, Amber, this is serious information coming out of the Trump.
This is the story I pulled up. He's just pulling up the story I pulled up about the FEMA head. He said that he was unaware of the U.S. hurricane season. I mean, Ear Doctor's going to have to scroll the article since he wanted to pull it up and not let me do it.
Yep. So the FEMA head, this is a Trump appointee because I think he gets to put whoever he wants in terms of federal management, but federal emergency management. But Trump said he wants to get rid of FEMA, and apparently the head of FEMA didn't even bother to look at the hurricane report, which the National Weather Service hurricane prediction for the season thinks it's going to be a pretty active season.
Mm-hmm. And he said that he had not been aware the country has a hurricane season, according to 4 sources.
All right, I'm going back to bed. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. The head of FEMA said he didn't know we had a hurricane season. I'm gonna be back. I'll be right back. Keep reading it. I'll be back.
Okay. And the remark was made during a brief by David Richardson, who has led FEMA since early May. It was not clear to staff whether he meant it literally as a joke or in some other context. I don't think that's some shit you should be joking about, though. The U.S. hurricane season officially began on Sunday and lasts through November. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration forecast last week that this year's season is expected to bring as many as 10 hurricanes. And a spokesperson from the Department of Homeland Security, FEMA's parent agency, said the comment was a joke and that FEMA is prepared for hurricane season. We're going to see. The spokesperson said under Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and Richardson, FEMA is shifting from bloated, DC-centric dead weight to a lean, deployable disaster force that empowers state actors to provide relief for their citizens. I don't know how realistic that is, but Richardson said during the briefing that there will be no changes to the agency's disaster response plans, despite having told staff to expect a new plan in May. The sources told Reuters. I think it's Reuters. Richardson's comments come amid widespread concern that the departures of a raft of top FEMA officials, staff cuts, and reductions in hurricane preparations will leave the agency ill-prepared for a storm season forecast to be above normal. The Democrats criticized Richardson following the Reuters report. Top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer posted the Reuters headline about Richardson on X and said he was unaware of why he hasn't been fired yet. I'm going to stop there. The hurricane season be having me nervous as fuck. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, hurricane season, tornado season, all of it should have everybody nervous. And the Trump administration's new mandates, excluding even mentions of climate change and you know increasing strength of weather events because of changing climate. I mean, and he wants to get rid of FEMA altogether. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, the Floridians, the
Them niggas
I'm
love
thinking of
him.
his base. I'm thinking of how this is going to impact his base. We know that
I don't know
everything.
why we think about them. Fuck them people.
Well, my point is this, because I mean, anything that happens too bad to America is going to happen to us first. So I already know that, right? Like that's kind of to be expected, but it's not on us to turn on Trump. We already
Yeah.
know what time it is on Trump. It's on Trump's people to turn on Trump. And as he's leaving his base, I don't even think they quite realize it yet, how he's leaving them specifically, in addition to us, in addition to migrants, etc. But when are they gonna get it together? I mean, I know we can't wait on the whites to get it together, but I mean, after this hurricane
Yeah.
season comes and blows their communities away, in addition to ours, of course. But what's
Yeah.
going to be, how they going to react to this?
Yeah. I think they're gonna be just as distraught and looking stupid when shit goes left because I mean it will. I am always nervous around hurricane season. I live in a landlocked state, but like because of the climate crisis, especially
Mhm.
over the last, I would say like 5 to 8 years, it's been getting worse and worse and getting like closer to us.
Yes.
And last year, it was wild. Like we had like crazy flooding.
All right.
It
You
was like a
guys
lot of
got,
stuff
did you
happening.
see the remnants? What was it? Hurricane Helene? Because I thought it hit East Tennessee, but y'all saw some of that.
So it went like across. So it went through like past Mississippi, North Mississippi and Memphis, like caused some crazy weather there, then up to Helene and then up. But like we had crazy tornado warnings.
Mm.
Like I was literally in my hallway with my dog, sitting in there for
Already.
hours because we were under multiple tornado watches, tornado warnings, tornado. It was back to back to back for days just off of that hurricane shit. And I was like, bro, this is insane. I just want to answer Latif's question. Honestly, Latif, I don't know. It's really the ear doctor's fault because he said that we was dressing like butch queens.
What was the question? What was the question? I'm sorry.
Latif said, "What the fuck are lesbian shorts?" I'm assuming, like, I'm thinking like basketball shorts are like more studdish
Oh shit!
vibe.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Now I'm questioning myself because I rather enjoy wearing basketball shorts.
I love basketball shorts. I was wearing them all day yesterday. This is why I said that we really can't gender clothing
I love basketball
because
shorts. I'm just
you know
comfortable. You know what
then
I'm
shit go
saying?
left. Basketball shorts are super comfortable, and all the basketball shorts I got, I stole them from a nigga.
Of course.
So
Where
they
else
the
would
best
you?
ones.
Do they even sell basketball shorts? Ain't that where the basketball shorts come from? Yo
They
niggas.
do. They do sell basketball shorts.
I don't
I
even
ain't
care
never
what
bought.
size they are. I don't care if they're too big. Nigga, pull that drawstring. Look, them shits fit. I don't care if they
I
hang
rest
into my
my
knees.
case.
What's your case, air doctor? Don't be judging,
I
because
think
now you
I
got
think
me
that
questioning
sexuality is a
who I
spectrum,
am.
and that we should let people decide what they want to be or what they want to do on their own, and not pressure them. I'm specifically talking about me. But yeah, we should stop gendering clothing. I think that makes it more confusing, because I definitely, you know, just be
What?
doing whatever.
We got another story coming.
Air
I mean,
doctor.
we're still talking about the FEMA thing. Anyways,
All right.
so I used to live in New Orleans for a little bit, and one of my main reasons of not wanting to stay in New Orleans was the hurricane season. It
Mhm.
was making my anxiety way too bad.
Hmm.
And when I moved in, the landlord gave me this whole like packet about hurricane season. They
Shit.
got like stickers and stuff on the fridges, all these numbers to call. They got like all this stuff you got to do, and it was just making me nervous. And I just realized I couldn't do it. I was like, no, I can't do this. I lived there for like 6 months though, for a little while, and then I moved right before like hurricane season really started. It just wasn't for me.
That's
So,
me. That was me in the Midwest. I was noited the fuck up during tornado season. And
Yeah.
legitimately, I had reason to be fucking paranoid during tornado season because them tornadoes come through Oklahoma and Missouri, okay? And I was not accustomed to it. Scared the shit out of me. I don't even like being in the Midwest sometimes during tornado season because I'm like, because you can't, it's not the same. You can't get out of the way of a tornado in the same way you can a hurricane.
Yeah. And Tornado Alley is moving further down. Like, it's closer to Memphis now. Tornado Alley has moved a lot more down because of all of the climate crisis shit going on. And I also wonder, I haven't seen any studies about this, but I also wonder like what impact that like using fossil fuels and air pollution, the amount of air pollution in Memphis is gonna have on
Ooh,
like the
like
lasting effects of
XAI.
tornado season. Yeah, I really feel like that's gonna also make it even more like pivotal for us to be more prepared for one, but also I think the damage is going to be worse. And we already have a legislature that really weaponizes being able to get support. Like when the thing in Helene happened, they
Mhm.
put the hurricane relief for Helene in a caption bill for vouchers. And that was what made a lot of like they were trying to convince a lot of the East Tennessee reps to not vote for it. And they were winning at first, and then they just put too much in there and they were like, no, we have to vote for this. Like we need the hurricane relief. And I was like, that's so fucked up because y'all knew if y'all put that in there with them vouchers, they was gonna vote for it.
The Tennessee legislature is interesting. I follow the Tennessee Holler online, and they post a lot of clips when
Girl, I wouldn't follow them because them white motherfuckers be stealing and they be pissing me off.
talk about it.
So at least like I think it was like 2 years ago, I posted something. I had like broke a story about something and posted it. And an hour and a half later, they took my shit and posted the same exact thing and tried to say they didn't take it from me and was like, well, we just posted around the same time. I didn't. I was like, this is the exact thing I said. This is the exact video. You screen recorded my shit and then cropped it a little bit and then posted it. And he does that a lot because realistically, he gets mad that people don't consider him a journalist, but he's not a journalist. He's literally just reposting things people are already saying. He just goes on their pages and like steals it and doesn't really usually credit them. Now he credits a little bit more, but he didn't used to credit them that much. And that's why I don't like him. I think that people's intellectual property, especially Black women's intellectual property, is what I care about the most and should be more protected. And like just taking something from somebody without even like interviewing them. He's not doing a story. He's just like taking the exact thing they posted and reposting it. It'd be different if he was doing a story like, hey, check out this thing that happened. Here's the comments I got from this person about this issue. He's not doing that. He's literally just reposting the same exact thing. And that's not journalism. And he gets mad because he keeps trying to get credentialed by the state legislature to do media, but he's not a journalist. He runs a blog and an Instagram page. And he tries to say they're keeping him out of the meetings and stuff, but I was like, but you're not a journalist. You do run a blog. This is an Instagram page.
Well, that's journalism, in my opinion. But to your point, though, what are some independent media places or even mainstream or legacy media places out of Tennessee that you do like and trust?
MLK 50.
Where's that?
The Commercial Appeal isn't like a independent media, but they do have some good writers. Lucas Fenton is a writer there. He does write pretty balanced media. They had somebody there named Michaela Watts, but she left to go do public service reporting at this institute that we have here. I don't think, I guess I wonder how you define journalism, because I do not think that reposting something, like reposting the exact caption and video someone else posted, is journalism. I feel like journalism is when you actually do some investigation, some research, you interview someone, you add a comment about what they said. You're using your own original words from the research you did, not just using the exact thing that they said.
And without attribution. Was that what
Yeah.
you're? I mean, you can use someone what they said word for word, but you have to say that it was them that said it and not claim credit for your word. Is that what you mean? Like he was taking people's
always
comments
do that.
and not properly attributing them.
Yeah, he doesn't always do that. And then he doesn't usually tag them. He'll at least like hashtag their name or something. But I think that also takes away from the credit. Like you don't want them to get too much from what you posted. But I felt like journalism has to include some kind of reporting. Like you
don't
found
think
out this
being
background.
or like at the place or at a particular event or location, like being live on the scene and documenting what's going on, that's not reporting?
I do think
Or
that's
a form
reporting.
of it?
I do think that's reporting. That's different. Being live and on the scene. Yeah, that's not what he's doing.
Yeah, she's talking about plagiarism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Nigga,
going
shut
on people's
up.
Instagram
I
pages.
know what the
What?
fuck plagiarism is.
I mean, you keep asking, and it was.
No,
That's what it
I'm
is.
trying to I'm trying to be clear about how she defines journalism, because I mean it's
Yeah.
open for interpretation. It's a broad range. Like 21st century journalism is not the journalism school that I went to, even in the fucking
Yeah.
2000s. Like it's a whole
I mean, I wouldn't
world out
consider
here.
myself a journalist. I would say that I'm a writer and that I research for the writing that I'm doing, but I'm not a journalist. And even the journalists that I know, they will use things that I've said. Like they'll use a quote for something I said, or they might use a picture of something that I posted, but they attribute it to me, but they've written a whole entire story about that thing. And my quote is like a minuscule part of that. His entire page is videos or pictures he took from someone else's Instagram or Facebook page and the caption they put. That does not feel like journalism to me.
All right,
That's
now that we
fair.
got our definition of journalism, we're gonna take a quick break and let y'all go ahead and pull up another story.
Been on break.
Huh?
I feel like I've been breaking. I'm all discombobulated. I haven't.
It's all good. You know what I'm saying? That's
Wait,
why
no,
teamwork
let's
make
talk
a dream
about
work.
this. Let's talk about this because I don't read all of these, but
What's
I have read Reuters before, and they like interviewed me for something before. I did not know that they just mostly share other people's stuff.
Reuters?
Is it because like you know, some companies like the commercial appeal is owned by USA Today. USA Today owns the commercial appeal in the Tennessean. So when the commercial appeal posts a story, they post it in all three.
Yep.
Is it something like that where like they're sharing the same story because they're all connected?
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
So
I
yeah,
think
so
that's
like
different.
certain outlets or agencies will be Reuters subscribers or subscribe to the Associated Press or in their affiliate network. So if a Reuters affiliated outlet or publication publishes something, then Reuters will pick it up and usually not change too much about it once they repost it to their own page. Reuters, that is. Same with AP, so.
Would it be so news aggregators? Is that like when someone is under a news umbrella?
I think that's one way, one kind of news aggregation. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Interesting.
All right, let's take a quick break. I need a mental health break, so let's do that and then come back with some more right here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go. Amber, I'll take you off the screen. Don't just, oh my God, no class. All right, here we go. We're going to take a quick break, mental health break. Let's get to it right here on the Remix on the Remix.
Well, I take your man right out the box and put him under my padlock. So when you see us together chilling in the place, go on and put him in your face. Go ahead, roll your eyes, suck your teeth, keep huffing and puffing like a dog in heat. You can call me a crook, a robber, a thief, but I'll be your butcher if you got beef. You know what's up, I ain't no poop putt. Cold fabricate blood on some young pups like you and the rest of your crew. If mine's on static, I'll just too. So scram, you know who I am. Damn chick, don't play me close and I'll take your man. Hey everybody, I wanna be myself tonight. Can you
All right, let me take you to a time and place. Let me take you back to 1986 with Salt and Pepper off that album Hot, Cool, and Vicious. Name of that song is I'll Take Your Man. Mixed with a little bit of 2006 remix of Get Me Body off that B-Day album. We talk about the Queen Beyonce. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare. And yes, you can donate where at blkliberationmedia.org. We are demonetized, so that support will definitely help us continue with what we're doing. And also go cop you some fresh gear. All right, with that said, let's get back to it right here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go. Yeah.
Yay, ear doctor.
I'm done with with you.
I did like it though. You know, I love salt and pepper. Amber, where'd Amber go? She would like salt and pepper, I think.
She,
She would you know, I bet you Amber's mama listened to Salt and Pepper while she was gestating Amber, because Amber has a lot of 1988 Salt and Pepper energy.
She got energy, all right.
I love it though. I'm a fan. You better come through 30 somethings. Do your
Man,
thing.
so my niece and my sister went to go see Beyonce. They said, man, hell of a show. That woman put on a hell of that Cowboy Carter joint. Man, hell of a show. Amber, you went to go see Beyonce, right?
I did go see Beyonce. I heard your comments, Kim, and I'm pretty sure Mama did love salt and pepper. And I also appreciate folks who appreciate 30 somethings.
So yeah, good show. And we had the debate.
I did see Beyonce. That shit was lit. It was amazing.
She's the best entertainer out right now, isn't it?
She's doing her big one. I really like that country album. So at first, I like it more than the Renaissance one. At first, I was like, I don't want to pay for this concert, but now I got super cheap tickets. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. So flying around on a car and all types of shit she doing.
She flew right over my head. I said, "Oh, come on, 16 carriages, 16 carriages." That's my shit. I love 16 carriages. I love stories that tell us. I love songs that tell a story. Like it tells such a beautiful story of like how she really had to grow up at an early age. She saw her mama crying. She saw her daddy lying because he's a fucking cheater. You know.
Yo, you don't really fuck with Beyonce like that, do you, Kim? Okay.
Yeah. I don't diss Beyonce. I got better sense than that.
Okay.
But I don't disagree that Beyonce is likely the best performer alive. Like and I've never even seen her live, and I probably would not disagree with that statement that she is the best performer alive.
I mean, that and that Usher, you got them two is.
Yeah, that's what I want to go see.
Yeah, Usher,
I want to go see Usher, but I also want to see T-Pain. He going on a 20-year anniversary tour, and I'm going to see that shit.
I'm in love with a stripper.
Keisha Cole is also doing a 20-year tour.
We're not going to that.
We're definitely not going to that.
We got 4 songs. She got about 4 songs.
Right. You better give the street the water. That's
Love
about it.
Right where she ain't gonna.
Y'all didn't like I changed my mind.
I don't even know that one.
I don't. That was her first single. Kanye's in the video and everything. He produced it.
I have no idea what that is.
Waste my time.
I saw she had her ass hanging out the back. I was like, y'all couldn't help her. It's crazy.
She got too much man
body shaming. There was body shaming Tim's a little bit. Like, yo, Tim's is a nice, thick, lovely piece of thing. Talk about how she ain't got no ass. Huh? Yeah. Talking about she ain't got no ass. I'm like, so what? She got body. Adi. For real. I'm like, stop. And now you gotta have an ass just to be like, this is crazy.
I'm glad that she feels more comfortable like wearing clothes and stuff, because she talked about how like she wouldn't even wear like more form-fitted stuff because people sexualize her body too much, like they do a lot of like thick Africans. And it just made her like just super uncomfortable. She felt like she couldn't even record music in the studio with men. And I was like, yeah, I hate that for you. She is fine as hell though. I had no idea she was that fine. That's how much she was hiding that thing. And there's somebody who also be hiding. I understand. You know, I like to just surprise people.
That's right. That is correct. Ear doctor,
you got another story?
I sent you a couple videos since you say I don't send you nothing. These I think I did. God damn it, because y'all be trying to play me.
You're right, you did.
Maggie, I've gotten this before, and I really need to go listen to the read.
God damn
it. Maybe I gotta look at my spam.
No, I keep forgetting because I have like 3 email addresses, and I got a new phone, and I keep forgetting to connect all my email addresses. So when I hit compose new message, it always sends it from the goddamn email that's not hooked up.
Auntie vibes. So I think Amber got another story.
Oh,
I think Amber got another story about
bitch ass up,
mental
shut your
health.
bitch ass up. Bitch
And
ass
since
up.
we just got off a mental health break, is fitting, I would say. So we could go ahead and get to that while you're
Go
auntie,
ahead. God damn it.
while you're auntie.
Some bullshit.
Next time, Ear Doc, I need you to make them breaks a little bit longer. I was trying to get a snack.
All right, here we go. Story is up.
Okay, so more than half of top 100 mental health TikToks contain misinformation. I'm hungry. I don't know what to tell you.
That was your stomach that made that noise?
That was her yawning.
I'm yawning because I'm half asleep.
More than half of all the top trending videos offering mental health advice on TikTok contain misinformation. A Guardian investigation is found. All right.
People are increasingly turning to social media for mental health support, yet researchers revealed that many influencers are peddling misinformation, including misused therapeutic language, quick fix solutions, and false claims. You know, this is so true because not everybody is a narcissist. Anyways, those seeking help are confronted with dubious advice, such as eating an orange in the shower. Now, I ain't seen this. This must be some white people shit. To reduce anxiety, the promotion of supplements with a limited evidence base for alleviating anxiety, such as saffron, magnesium glycinate, and holy basil, methods to heal trauma within an hour. Y'all can't be that dumb. And guidance presenting normal emotional experiences as a sign of borderline personality or abuse. MPs and experts said the findings that social media platforms are riddled with unhelpful, harmful, and sometimes dangerous mental health advice were damning and concerning and urged the government to strengthen regulation to protect the public from the spread of misinformation. The Guardian took the top 100 videos posted under the hashtag mental health tips hashtag on TikTok and shared them with psychologists, psychiatrists, and academic experts who took a view on whether the posts contained misinformation. The experts established that 52 out of 100 videos offering advice on dealing with trauma, neurodivergence, anxiety, depression, and severe mental illness contained some misinformation and that many were vague or unhelpful. David Okay, a consultant neuropsychiatrist and researcher in psychological medicine at King's College London, who reviewed the anxiety and depression-related videos, said some posts misuse therapeutic language. For example, using well-being, anxiety, and mental disorder interchangeably, which can lead to confusion about what mental illness actually entails. Many videos offer general advice based on narrow personal experience and anecdotal evidence, which may not be universally applicable. He added.
All right, we're gonna stop there.
Well, I thought there was some more stuff under there, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, let's get to the point of it all. Pretty much, they talking about mental health from TikTok. I can see some things. I mean, TikTok and social media is escapism, right? So that's a form of mental health in a way.
You know, I love escapism. My therapist and I talk about this all the time. I used to be an escape artist, baby. I used to be out of here. I haven't done that in several years. And, you know, we should really just clap for me just because of that.
Okay.
Okay.
I think they're doing it in the chat.
Anyway, so I do agree with some of this because I don't know if y'all have seen lately. TikTok has actually been annoying the fuck out of me. I don't know if y'all have seen this guy on there, but he'll have on like a little disposable medical hat and like a little jacket or like a little blue thing and be talking about people taking medicine for their gut health in an office. That nigga is not a doctor. He's not a doctor at all. And he be out there giving advice about these like digestive enzyme pills. And it's so annoying because he is not a licensed medical professional. And people are taking that stuff whole time. You should eat some fucking fiber, bro. Clip that.
Drink some kombucha. Drink a kombucha. It's good for you.
You know,
yeah, like what's those things kids be listening to them where they just listen to the sound?
ASMR.
Yeah. That's a whole nother thing.
Like, what?
I think that some ASMR is like calming and helps with anxiety, but all the ASMR where they're like click clacking on shit, it make my nerves bad. I be want to throw something at it. I was like, why are you doing all that?
Auntie, you know what that is?
Is that
stemming?
No. That's when they just like if you eating crab legs and you hear nothing but the sound of the crab being broken and stuff like that. They just listen to that. Ain't that some crazy
That's
shit?
stemming. But
That's
okay.
what it is,
It
Stemming?
is stemming.
That is
Oh,
stemming.
my bad.
Wow. Look at me, knew what I was talking about.
Look at
Well,
you.
so I think I'm undiagnosed all of that shit. All of it. Like run it down. Because when I hear about some of the behaviors, like from a child, I was always a nail biter. I always bit my nails as long as I could remember.
Me
When I
too.
was like in elementary school, I pulled out all of my eyebrows and pulled out
Whoa.
my eye, like because it was relaxing to me. Like I
It's
was,
a stem. Yeah, it's
mhm,
stemming.
yeah.
But I will say that I do think that sometimes with the amount of stuff that we like overdiagnose people with, it can make them think that they have something that they might not necessarily have. Regular people do have some stemming activity, like behavior sometimes. Like that's normal, but it can be heightened with the actual diagnosis of something else. Because I know people who have like, they need a little stimulation here and there. It just means you need some dopamine. So some people will do some activities to increase their dopamine, but a lot of them are unhealthy, like drugs. So it just depends on like, how severe it is, I would say. As somebody, okay. So stimming is
Oh,
an
wait a minute.
activity.
Read it so for people who can't see the screen.
Oh, explain stimming, please. It's actually STIMMING. So if y'all want to Google it on like TikTok or YouTube or something. But it's basically an activity someone does to stimulate themselves. So like Kim was saying, biting her nails or like pulling out her hair. I used to pull out my hair. Like when I was in
Mhm.
college, I would like play with my hair a lot and sometimes
Mhm.
pull at it. And that's why I like to wear my hair up or like in styles and stuff now to not do that. I don't do it anymore because I take ADHD medicine. But
Mhm.
I was a very bad test taker in school. And so that would
Mm.
be like a thing I would do was like play with my hair or like pull at it. And it was like starting to thin on the side where my ear is, where my glasses were, because I was pulling
Mhm.
it a lot there. So I stopped doing it because I'm vain and I didn't want a bald spot. To be honest, that was the only reason why. But that's a stimulating activity. So
Mhm.
usually, someone with ADHD who needs some serotonin or dopamine boost because they aren't fully balanced will stim. So some kind of stimulation. But you can do that for anxiety too. Some people have anxiety in situations and will do stimulating activities. There's actually this guy on TikTok who sells these like things. It looks like a little, almost like a little tube, but it has spikes on it, and you can squeeze it, and it gives you a
Mm.
dopamine boost because his wife is autistic and she would bite. She's like a ouch stimulator, so she likes to bite things or like pick at herself to cause a
Mm.
slight like pain for stimulation. And sometimes people like that, just like people who like kinks that are like pain inducing. Like that
Mhm.
stimulates different things for different people. So he made this thing where you can just squeeze it and it gives you that stimulation and it helps some people. I'm not
Interesting.
a pain person, but I know some people who are. But you do not have to have ADHD or be autistic or neurodivergent or even have diagnosed anxiety or
Nah.
depression to do those things. Everyone needs stimulation sometimes.
I bite my nails when I'm thinking or daydreaming. Like, I don't
Yeah,
need no
you should have-
clippers. I'm just like, my nails are nice and.
yeah.
I used to get like talked to, like reprimanded by the adults for biting my nails. I used to get popped on my hands for
They would,
biting.
is that where they would put the fingernail polish on there so
I
you wouldn't bite it? Hot sauce too. I heard
I
that.
wouldn't allow that, but like,
my twin sister used to bite them real bad. My dad would put hot sauce on her fingers, or they'll there's this like stuff you can buy that makes it taste really bitter,
it's
and
kind
so
of
she had to
mean
stop biting
though.
them.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I
let
think
me,
that
let
a
me
lot of
chew on my
times
fingernails in peace. Like how? Let me
it's not
chew on my.
hurting
My
anybody.
nails.
Right. I think that also that does something to like remove people's autonomy because like this is my body and if I want to do that, I'm going to do it. But also the idea that like doing something like that is a unsavory behavior is so annoying to me
Mhm.
because I see that in schools now, like kids will be doing things that kids normally do, normal kid shit, and we criminalize them for it. And I was like, they're not even doing anything crazy. One of my friends was talking to me one time about his kid because she got up in the cafeteria. She got up and like ran around in circles because she was bored. And they gave her like detention for that. And I
What?
said, she's not hurting anybody. If you want to enforce the behavior that you should not be running in this small space, then say that. Tell her she has to wait till recess. But to punish her isn't actually explaining anything to her, and she doesn't understand why she even got in trouble. And he was like, "Yeah, she just said she was acting a fool, and I got to whoop her ass." I said, "What did she do?" And then he explained it to me. I said, that's not acting a fool. You are falling for these like ideals of what professionalism or behavior look like under white people versus letting a child just be a child. She was done with her food. She was bored. She got up and ran around in a little circle away from people. That's not bothering anybody. But we want to make sure that kids behave how we want them to behave because they have to be controlled.
Especially
and that is
black
not
children.
okay. And then after I talked to him about it, he was like, okay, that makes sense. And then he was able to take up for his child because if he just listens to the teacher, he gonna think she being bad or something. And I was like, that's not what was happening. She literally was just being a kid, which is normal.
And the way a white child would not have been disciplined at all if
they would have took the little white baby outside and had one person stay with her so she could go to recess early.
Right. That is correct.
And the way that we treat children like that, to me, also can create trauma that does cause issues later down the road. Because I know for sure that part of the PTSD that triggers some of my ADHD symptoms is from test taking and the way that I was treated during test taking and the way they really will make you feel bad for needing support. My mama had to take me out of a charter school because they would not follow my IEP for my extra time for tests. So she had to take me out because I wasn't doing well on the test. And even though Bush said no child left behind, I wasn't finna be having no horrible test scores. So she took me out and took me to public school. And I think that's crazy because one thing I don't like about charters is they don't have to follow the same rules. So they cannot follow your IEPs and not get in as much trouble, really. And she has to do all this stuff to even complain about it. And they still would not follow it. So she just take me out and put me in a public school that would just give me my extra time on tests. Which is
I hope all of our charter school advocates heard what Amber just said. If your child has an IEP, your private charter school does not have to abide by that shit. They do not have to abide by that shit, but the
they don't have the same guidelines at all. They don't even have the same reporting. Like they don't have any of the same like requirements.
I didn't hear what she said, Leah.
About charter schools.
So
public school, for children because public school, like in the Constitution, and everyone is entitled to public education, they have to follow like every state and federal law about education. So they can't deny you like your rights if your child has a disability or has an IEP, because you don't necessarily have to have a disability to have an IEP. I had an IEP for test taking. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, that person has a disability. It could just be like, you know, they have a specific issue. And mine was because in elementary school, I had really bad test taking trauma. And I'll never forget, I peed on myself one time when I was taking a test and I could not, like I was refusing to get up because they were treating me so like rude if I stood up or something, if I need to like stand up to like clear my head. And I was freaking out. And the lady said I could not leave. I could not go to the restroom. And that traumatized me so bad in second grade. I was like, I can't do this. So mom had to give me like extra time after that because she took me out of that school too, because they was tripping. And my twin sister was usually in classes with me. This was the one time they split us up. And my sister would like snitch on them and stuff. So she would tell mom what was going on, but we weren't in the same class. So it wasn't like, you know, she knew what happened unless I told her. So then I had to tell her. And then she just took me out that school later on. But I think that people should consider that when they're looking at schools, like what public schools are required to do versus your charter schools, and how those early experiences can have adverse effects on people. Because I think something that isn't discussed a lot is how a lot of Black women with ADHD are because of the amount of trauma they experience. Over time, experiencing a lot of trauma can cause you to have ADHD, or it can increase ADHD symptoms. And they show up in different ways because Black women aren't supported the same way. So the whole time that I was like in college and now I've had ADHD, but no one knew because they aren't taught to diagnose it in Black women correctly. So the symptoms I was having just seemed like anxiety and depression, when realistically I had ADHD and I just needed some medicine.
Well, Leah Boggs, let me put you down or something. I'm not advocating charter schools. I'm just saying they gave me a chance to do an after school program where I was able to help a bunch of kids out. And they gave me an opportunity over these other schools. Now, Kim Brown, I pulled up your story. You had 2. I see one about Job Corps.
Should be 3, but that's okay. But yeah, no. So Amber, do me a favor. Can you Google an article or something about the Trump administration cutting the funds to Job Corps?
Oh, I have it on the run sheet right here.
Brilliant. So I pulled a video of a young man who was a Job Corps attendee, and he was posting about how the news came down very suddenly that the funding for Job Corps was being pulled. So really quickly, Job Corps is a federally funded program that allows at-risk youth and young adults to obtain certification and training in a vocation. It can be nursing, it could be construction, it could be all kinds of things. But these are the kids that may be at risk. They may have some court mandated supervision. They may be unhoused. And Job Corps gives them an opportunity to be housed and obtain a skill and something that they can take with them in the workforce. It's been in place for decades. And now Trump has summarily ended it. So this is a young man who was in Job Corps and just found out that the funding got pulled.
All right, here we go.
Boy Jay once again, and I'm here to tell you that Job Corps is packing us out. The harsh reality has come true. We are being packed out as of right now. Residential has come and reminded us that there is no set time and date, which we have to be off center. And they told me if they open back up, we'll be able to come back. But then again, harsh reality is a lot of people don't have a roof under their head to go back to, and here I am with my luggage. You know, it's all up to logistics at this point. I'm gonna pack it on out. I'm gonna let you guys know what else I hear from our staff here, and it's been a little difficult for me. So, once again, I hope that you guys come with me on my journey to get the credentials I need because I'm leaving Job Corps with nothing, which is upsetting because I thought that I would be one of the students that would excel here. So, once again, here's my luggage and here's my room. Yeah, I know what time it is.
That dude been hanging in the hood.
Please.
I mean, regardless, he just said he didn't, a lot of people are getting put out of this program and going where? Where are they going? And, this is an opportunity for the Trump administration to, number one, add more beds, more bodies to the beds for their private prisons. And I don't see how this creates anything positive, and not to say I have any expectation that they're here to create positive things, the federal government that is, but for all the hand wringing about how we need more electricians, we need more plumbers, we need more young people going into the trades, here is this federal program that does exactly that and being cut because I guess the Trump folks said that the graduation rates are not successful enough relative to the amount of money that Job Corps gets allocated. What does the article say? What we got on the run sheet, Amber? Give us some more.
But I just want to also add that closing Job Corps was in Project 2025. That was one of the things. I put it in the chat here, Doctor, since you said I can't share nothing.
I'm pulling it up, yo. I mean, she just asked for it. Smart mouth. What?
I don't have a smart mouth. I just know how to lead people.
I think Amber has excellent leadership abilities and demonstrated leadership.
Leading to hell.
Money saw it in action.
Leading somebody to hell.
Chat, tell us how you're familiar with Job Corps. I know some folks that went to Job Corps and they went to Job Corps so they wouldn't go to jail.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought about Jared having to go to the Navy. So the Job Corps became like the new don't join the military. I mean, join the military to avoid jail. It was like go to Job Corps to go avoid jail. Like that was a new thing they were pushing people into, and I don't think it turned out how they thought it would because I will say they don't have as many people going into jobs that complete Job Corps as I think they would want. And that was something that people complained about, but I don't think that's a reason to close it down. The article, I got it from Newsweek. It says that President administration issued a phase pause in operation for Job Corps centers across the United States. Job Corps operates as a federally funded educational career training program for low-income Americans aged 16 to 24. The centers have been instrumental in helping many Americans learn job skills and enter careers in construction, welding, culinary arts, and more. All 99 centers have until the end of the month to close down. This matters because the administration has made numerous cuts to federal agencies, including the Department of Labor and the Department of Education to curb what it sees as waste or fraud. And Job Corps is under the Department of Labor, by the way. Without the Job Corps locations in operation, tens of thousands of students attending the program might not be able to graduate, and fewer low-income Americans will be able to enter different industries.
Mm.
To
The
your
Job Corps
point,
program was originally established in 1964
mhm.
as a free service for low-income Americans, and usually there's certain locations that are closing. I don't know if you see that as you scroll down here, doctor, but there's a full list of all the ones that are closing. I'm gonna scroll down to Tennessee because we have one here, but there's also one. Yeah, there's two. Dr. Benjamin L. Hooks and Jacobs Creek. Dr. Benjamin L. Hooks is the one in Memphis that's closing, and there's also one in Kentucky that I know somebody went to. They went to Muhlenberg.
What's up with
Um,
Georgia? Look up Georgia and Maryland. But to your
Mm.
point, Amber, what your opening comment was Job Corps was a way to divert people away from the military. Well, maybe that wasn't the explicit purpose from its
I was
creation
saying
by
that
the government,
Job
but
Corps was
when it
replaced.
closing, though, with it closing, it will provide an opportunity, a bad one, for exactly that, right? Again, you have people who are in Job Corps because they lack housing and opportunity, and now that is all being taken away from them, along with an opportunity to learn a marketable skill. And they're going to be like, oh, well, oh, you have nowhere to go. Well, here's the recruiter. Meet Mr. Recruiter. We
Mhm.
need a few
Yeah.
good men in the Army, Marines, Navy.
Yeah,
Kim,
I definitely feel like
Maryland is Woodland and Woodstock.
I don't know what Woodland is. Is that the name of it, or is that the town?
it's the name
That's
of it.
yeah.
Where is it
Yeah.
located?
I think these are towns because even Georgia's Atlanta and Brunswick and Turner.
Well, Dr.
So
Benjamin L. Hooks in Tennessee is the name of the center in
okay.
Memphis. So that's why
All
I was
right.
like, I think it's the name of it.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
saw Georgia too. There was one in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Let's go down
Atlanta,
a little bit.
Brunswick, and Turner.
Yeah.
All
I was
right.
saying, Kim, I was saying that actually I feel like they were shifting people to Job Corps, like they were shifting people to the Army or military to not go to jail. And like I agree with you, they're just gonna go back to shifting them to the Army or the military to not go to jail versus just going to Job Corps. Because I know somebody who went to Job Corps to avoid jail. He was gonna take that nigga to adult prison,
Mhm.
and then he went and joined Job Corps. That was the option they gave him.
Well, can we take this opportunity to say that since we are aware that there are now tens of thousands of young people in the community across the country that are not only in need of housing support, but they want to pursue these trades and vocations, like they want these skills, and we want to keep our young people out of the military as much as fucking possible. So if you're a contractor, if you're a mechanic, if you're a welder, if you're a chef, if you have these skills, please see about trying to connect with the young folks that are being impacted by the cutting of the funding of this program, because we don't want them going to the fucking military. Oh, like period, point blank. That's it. And these are young folks. Amber, would you agree that really want, like, if we talk about people that want to do something with their life, I would say that these kids, these young folks,
Yeah.
exemplify that, right?
And a lot of them are in foster care too. Like you'll notice that it starts from age 16 to 24.
Mhm.
So a lot of them are foster youth. I know one of my little mentees was a foster youth. And so he talked about how like he was at youth villages, which is a foster, they have a foster home system at
Mhm.
youth villages here, and they'll gear them towards Job Corps a lot after like they don't go to college because
Mhm.
they're just, unsure. Or if they're young and they're like getting in trouble, they'll be like, well, look, you should go to Job Corps if they drop out of like high school. So they're like at 16 or 17, but you already dropped out of high school, then they'll
Mhm.
push them towards Job Corps to like get their GED and then get like certifications and stuff.
Mhm.
I know that like here, I have been talking to some folks yesterday about we have tech schools here. We have more tech in a few other like two other schools here. And
Mhm.
so they've been looking at ways they can funnel them into those programs. It's just not the same because it's not gonna be free. So like that's the
Mhm.
difficult thing. More tech does take like grants and stuff. So I think that it'll be like a lot cheaper, but depending on like where they were in the program, like some of them are about to graduate. So like what does that look like? Are you able to finish the
Right.
last little bit that you had, the last class or two or last few weeks you had to make sure you can still get your certification? And that's
Mm.
kind of hard because it doesn't transfer over. Like Job Corps stuff isn't going to transfer over to more tech or other places. So I think that's also an issue, is that, it's not giving them many options.
And the short notice again, like I don't.
Now I'm kind of on the fence about, because apparently they said that they did notify the Job Corps people. They notified their headquarters and stuff a month or two ago, and that they're just now saying something.
Okay, maybe they were hoping
I can believe
that they weren't going to pause it or stop it, but no.
Yeah, or they just didn't prepare. I think they didn't prepare for what could happen.
So anyway, bad news. That is bad news about Job Corps.
Hey, I'm hungry too. Y'all want to end early?
No, we don't want to end early, Ear Doctor.
I mean, Ear Doctor.
Say less.
Speaking of food, did y'all know Ear Doctor only eats fish?
I did. I knew that he didn't eat chicken or red meat.
Child,
I'm glad he eats fish, though. I'm glad it's not exclusively like, shallots and cauliflower. I don't know what you eat, Ear Doctor. So that's good that you eat fish. Play another video, sir.
Huh?
I sent you 3 videos.
She sent 3 videos. She needs you to play them all. Thank you.
Thanks.
I don't like y'all attitude right now. I don't know.
I think it's because you're hangry and we're not.
I am. That might be it.
You have safe travels back to Atlanta, Ear Doctor. No problems with your flights?
Not at all. It was a good flight back. No turbulence like it was on the way coming. And I'm here. I survived it. So,
Amber, you had a safe drive, uneventful, I trust.
Yep. I stopped at the dispensary, picked up many of things.
All right. So here's your next video I got.
What does it say?
Activists confront Chuck Schumer on Gaza.
I wonder where he was. I don't know where Chuck Schumer was. I picked this video because I love to see whites and Zionists get yelled at. It's fun. I love it. I mean, I wish more could be done, but we'll stick with yelling for now. So Chuck Schumer about to get screamed on by several folks. Please turn it up. Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Today we see real anti-Semitism. Real anti-Semitism. The Jewish deli has a rock thrown through it because it's...
Chuck Schumer! You care more about fake anti-Semitism crisis than a real Holocaust to the Palestinian people! Come on. There's a real Holocaust happening in Gaza! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
You are not Jewish! We do not stand for genocide! You are a war criminal! You sent $14 billion to the occupation of Palestine! You have one on your hands! Free Palestine! You don't speak for the Jewish people! You don't speak for the Jewish people! You are Zionist! And Zionism is not Judaism! You have blood in your hands! You're a liar! A filthy liar! Okay? And it's no Judaism! You have blood in his hands! Children are burning alive! Hundreds of thousands of people have been murdered by Israel! We will never forgive you and your cowardice! We will never forget it! Shame on you!
They're more effective when they take the mask off. I was saying they're more effective when they take the mask off. But go ahead, what you saying?
You can't hear, but they don't be wanting their faces to be seen, so I understand.
Too much.
So
I love when the other Jewish people be yelling at him, though, because I know he be feeling it. That lady went in on him. She said, "You are not a Jew. You're a Zionist." I said, "I know that's motherfucking right."
that's what makes the Zionists super scared, right? Like that's why they freaking out, because it seems as though the American Jewry is starting to, have some consciousness around what is going on in Gaza, and understanding how they have been indoctrinated and brainwashed into Zionism, and understanding that it is a bad, it's a bad deal. But I'm glad and encouraged to see people still showing up to confront political leaders, even especially, and still screaming free Palestine, even in the wake of these 2 incidents, the one most recently in Boulder, Colorado, where let's talk
about that. Let's put it up.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know what to make of these two incidents. What happened in Boulder, where the Jewish folks who were doing I think a peaceful demonstration were allegedly attacked by this Egyptian national with Molotov cocktails and a makeshift blowtorch. Fortunately, no one died, but several people did sustain very serious injuries and burns. And
Motherfuckers on fire.
he was heard to be yelling "Free Palestine," as was Elias Rodriguez, the gentleman who was accused of shooting two outside of the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. last week, killing two workers of the Israeli embassy. He also screamed "Free Palestine." So, but they're trying to criminalize Free Palestine. You understand? Like trying to make it so that it's almost a call for terrorism. And it's like, nope, we're not doing that. We are not going to transmute or, the power and blunt the intent of this phrase in trying to misconstrue it into something else that it's not. But yeah.
So I saw Dante's comment. I wanted to pull it up. I will argue against this because I read
Read
an
it, baby.
article.
Read it out. Read it out.
Oh, unorganized violence is not okay. I would say that I don't agree with that because one, the guy who was throwing the Molotov cocktails, they said he had been playing for over a year. So it's obviously organized in some way. Also, I do agree that like the way that they're trying to criminalize the language of Free Palestine, I don't think it's gonna work because we have free speech. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. But yeah. And I agree with Money. Every escalation is not a false flag. I think that people are just so like they're just so used to feeling the genocide and the emotions from it that they're just making a lot of other assumptions. But I mean, violence is gonna happen when you keep seeing violence happen in other places. People are not gonna just like keep sitting by and watching what's happening in Gaza and not do anything. And that's what they're doing. They're doing stuff, but they also were organized. It was, from what I read, it was well planned, and he made an impact.
Both of these incidents seem to have been well planned. Elias, who killed the two in DC, I mean, he had a very well flushed out manifesto, and again, the media was mischaracterizing it as anti-Semitic, where it seemed to be anti-Semitic to me. I mean, we can agree that maybe you could disagree or maybe not like his actions or his tactics, but it didn't all this saying that it was hate speech in terms of what he was saying and what he wrote. I'm like, I don't see that. I see deep criticisms of Netanyahu's government and policies, but I don't see anything maligning Jewish people and Judaism at all. So
now, actually, I'm gonna go find that Tennessee Holler video because I will say there is one Tennessee Holler video that I did really like where he talked about the guy who is from the Tennessee Holler. He's Jewish, and he talked about how his entire life they have worked extremely hard to marry Judaism and being Jewish with Israel, and that's why it makes it so hard when people are critiquing Israel because they have worked. Netanyahu, AIPAC, all of them have worked so hard to marry it together as if it's one. So if you're Jewish, then it's anti-Semitic if you say something bad about Israel, when it's not true, because there are a lot of people, Jewish people, who do not agree with what's happening and are calling it out left and right. But it makes it really hard in media to push back against that because of the way they have worked for decades to marry them together as like this political statement of, if you don't like what's happening in Israel, or you don't like what Israel's doing, then you're anti-Semitic and you hate Jewish people, which is not true.
Accurate.
All right,
I'm gonna try to find that video to show.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm finna look for it right now.
All right, I'm just saying I was pulling up your Boulder story, and we can go ahead and end on this one since we only got 10 minutes left.
No, I want to end the last video, Air Doctor, please, because it'll take us.
Yeah, let's do the last video. Don't worry about this one.
On a higher note, because this, people getting, regardless of what anybody thinks of anybody taking a Molotov cocktail to the fucking face, that's no good. That's that you don't want to end your day with that.
All right, Kim, I only got 2 stories from you.
That's a big lie. Keep scrolling. I said,
I'm trying to tell you, I only got 2 stories. I don't need to lie. I scrolled. You only sent 2.
All right. Don't let me go in my sent email. If I go in my sent box and I see the email and it's got 3 clips on it, the fight. we shall have. What's happening right now?
Everybody's looking down for stuff, and I was saying we got 10 minutes left, and
I mean, I think that's fine, ear doctor. We're doing the best that we can. with
I'm
what
not
we
saying
got.
y'all not. I'm just trying to say you have to tell the story. We're gonna end it on this last story. We got 10 minutes. That's what I do. I keep time.
I don't think that we have to end it on this last story. That's all I'm saying. I think that, you know.
Well, right now we got dead air because y'all are looking for stuff.
We don't have dead air actually because I'm talking. Dead air means that no one's talking. And I'm actually
I count 3 videos in this goddamn email.
I don't care what you count. I can look at what it was sent.
I'm looking at what I sent you.
Yeah, that's nice. I appreciate what you thought you did, but
okay,
you didn't.
Well, scroll down. There's 3 videos.
I'm not about to keep telling you that I scrolled down and you only sent 2.
The email, it just so I in my sent emails, I have 3 videos. So
that's cool.
You're telling me only 2 videos came through for you.
Yes, that's what I keep saying. You want me to say it again?
That doesn't make sense.
But Kim, it didn't make sense when you tried to send it before. I got 2.
Okay, that's the there's no way you would have got, then you should have gotten 0. You understand? Like how could you only get 2 clips when I put 3 in the email?
So you went from a little bit of dead air to a full argument. So now you really can't say nothing, ear doctor.
The fact that
I'm putting this video in the chat. Ear doctor, can you play this?
I'm about to forward this email to everybody that's watching in the chat right now, so y'all can see that it do not be me all the time. It does not be me all the time. These niggas be lazy.
Yeah, ear doctor, share your screen. Prove yourself.
I ain't gotta prove myself to now, nigga. How about
that?
Don't
not be liking the scroll. They be like, scroll.
Y'all want to motherfucker look at my emails? Look, Kim, here you go. 1, 2, no more.
Keep
1,
scrolling.
2. Ain't nowhere else to scroll.
How is it in my sent email? I'm looking at 3 videos. You played.
Can y'all see this on the screen, Amber? Do you see that I only have 2 videos? Can you thank you. God damn.
So someone did ask me to tell a story, so I will tell a story. Since it is Pride Month, I'll tell you about this time I went on a date with a girl and I know it was a date. So this girl had asked me out for dinner that I knew from organizing stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. And then when I got there, I realized it was actually a very nice restaurant and she ordered some caviar. And I said, oh, this is a date. Clicking for me. Okay. So I stayed because, you know, I'm not going to.
She's treating, right? What's the problem?
Yeah, I ain't going to leave. But, you know, I did explain afterwards that I don't want to sleep with women. I do think they're attractive. So we still cool now.
Where did that even? Y'all just went to dinner. How did this? Did she say? Did she say
she was wearing her lesbian shorts?
I wasn't wearing lesbian shorts. I just think it's important to set the scene for people. So I feel like if you go on a date, then they might think that I'm a lesbian. So I wanted to clear it up because I don't want no bad blood. Because we work in the same field, we do similar stuff. So I was gonna see her, you know, in other things, and I just want to be honest, you know, be like, hey, I'm not a lesbian, but I do appreciate the date. This was very fun. We had some caviar. It was great. My first time having caviar.
I think so,
Brittany. I think so. You know, probably a little flexible.
I need to take you shopping, Amber, with somebody else's money.
You should, and see what I buy.
Yeah.
Can you play the video in the chat?
Oh, got another one. Let's see.
Yes,
would
Dante.
Would this be the Instagram one?
That might be it. Yeah, it's an Instagram video.
All right. I got it.
Let's rate it from 1 to 10.
Not the last one. Again, it doesn't make sense how only 2 videos will come through when there's 3 videos sent, but okay.
Well, ain't that crazy? Good thing everybody on screen got to see the email that was sent, so I don't have to keep talking about it. All right, Instagram.
Oh, that's right. I forwarded to myself also. Look at that one.
It's been on my heart for a long time.
2
people were just shot outside an event at the Israeli embassy in DC. 2 Jews were just murdered by a guy who apparently chanted "Free, Free Palestine" after he was arrested. It's horrible. There's no justifying it. There's no excuse for it. You know, I'm not somebody who subscribes to violence being an answer to violence. I'm not a fan of Luigi, even though I'm a Medicare for All supporter. And I think our healthcare system is broken. I don't think more violence is ever the answer. Full stop. But I'm seeing a lot of people today,
I don't agree
my
with that
fellow
part.
Jews. I am a Jew, bar mitzvahed in an Orthodox temple. My grandparents survived the Holocaust, had numbers on their arms. I have extended family in Israel. My mother is a Jewish mother, is constantly wanting me to go to temple more. So those are my Jew credentials. Grew up with Jews. I went to mostly Jewish camp, mostly Jewish schools in New York. A lot of my friends are Jewish, live on the coasts and the cities. A lot of them are, very pro-Israel. I have not spoken up enough about this. I said one thing a while back on a right-wing radio station, asked for the bombs to stop dropping, tried to push back on the idea that any and all reaction from Israel after October 7th, which was horrible, was justified. I don't believe it is. And for a very long time now, Israel's actions have been unjustifiable, in my opinion. Don't think they care about the hostages. This right-wing Netanyahu, Smotrich, Ben-Gvir government wanted to invade and ethnically cleanse and, yes, genocide Palestine for a very long time, and that's been obvious. And they've said it out loud. They've been saying it. Their soldiers have been gleefully enjoying destroying the area. The images of children dying, starvation. I mean, it's all right there. It's all real. It's not propaganda.
All right.
I just
So it didn't
had
get to the part that I was talking about. I don't know if you can like scroll forward.
We
I know
we got 3 minutes. What was you saying?
We got 4 minutes.
We got to work on our talking over people. What was you about to say, Kim?
We don't have to work
I
on
had
it.
someone else verify, someone with 2020 vision, look at my emails and verify that I send you 3 videos, and I did.
That's what you decided to do?
When I got up, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Not as somebody there. Anyways, so I just want to say, dear doctor, that I wanted to play the video at a different point. And I don't think that you're good at this whole like showing the screen thing. So next time you need to let me have access to share the screen so I can put the video where I want it. Because I don't care about stuff he said in the beginning. I'm trying to show the specific part he said about like the way that Israel has been able to like get themselves into our political analogy and like a political ideology, and also like in our media to marry the two things together of like being Jewish and Israel. I don't care about the stuff you said at the beginning, because I do think that you shouldn't be violence or violence every time. Actually, I think they should be more violent. I think they should be doing more violence. So yeah, I don't believe that part.
Cool. Well, I guess next time we'll time code it so you can get exactly to where you want, and we won't be doing that on the air live. So we got about 1 minute or 2 minutes left.
Check your email.
I mean, I don't think it looks bad when we do it live. I think it looks bad with the way you respond.
Ooh, shit.
All right. So what you got coming up, Kim? Anything coming up? You got a show coming up? Anything?
I did my show last night. Thanks. My show's on Tuesdays and Fridays, since nobody on this network ever watches my show, which is fine. I don't give a goddamn. I don't need y'all niggas.
You got a bunch of people in the chat room that watch your show. Stop playing.
I know that. That's why y'all be in confusion sometimes when my niggas show up and ride for me. You be like, "Who is all these people rooting for Kim?" Yes, nigga, Fire Fam. See, we a whole gang out here. You understand?
All right.
Roll up on your ass. But no, what we got coming up here, Doctor's Classical Breakdown on Thursday. I'm very excited to bring y'all Billy Preston. Billy Preston, this man was not normal on the keys. This guy could play piano and organ at an absurdly high level. Like, it doesn't even make any sense how good of a musician Billy Preston is. So his influence, the impact, as the kids say, the fucking impact that this man had on music, rock music, black music, white music, very understated and not well known enough. So I'm looking forward to talk about Billy Preston on Thursday for Classical Breakdown with the Ear Doctor.
11 a.m. Come on through right after the Remix Morning Show. Well, right after the Remix Morning Show, we got Root Work, and then Root Work goes right into Classical Breakdown. All right.
I just think that you should start like keeping some snacks over there by your little soundboard thing.
That's not professional.
Some baby
But-
carrots, ear doctor, something.
I mean,
But
food.
what's wrong with a little snacky snack? I don't think there's anything unprofessional about that. Who invented professionality, ear doctor? Was it the Europeans?
no, it was not getting on the microphone and chewing while you on a microphone.
But you don't have to be chewing on the mic. When you go in the background while we're talking, you could have literally ate your snack.
You're right.
And not be
But
so
but the
hangry.
thing is, I had to hang around and keep pulling up your stories. So with that said, thank y'all for tuning
I
in on
would
another
forget.
Remix Morning
You
Show.
also just point to
And
my
we all will be
See,
back
when
here
when I have
tomorrow.
to cough and when I have to sneeze, I don't ever. By the way, that's one of my pet peeves. If you're doing broadcasting, please don't cough on the microphone. Please and thank
Yes,
you. Don't
certain
sneeze on the
things you don't
microphone.
do.
You could just go like this and do your cough and you could be snacking. Your doctor just put the mic away. Turn the mic away from you. You
All
could
right,
be
I just
appreciate
snacking
think
on your
that you
baby
shouldn't
carrots.
cut us off
All
when
right.
we're talking, your doctor. Don't cut us off.
Oh,
I just think
it's
that
about to happen.
you weren't nicer to people who showed up when everybody else didn't show up. And I don't like that. I woke up 2 hours early than I normally wake up to come on. And you just been mean and kind of like nitpicky. I don't like that. I know you light skinned, but like I just need you to like take a snack break next time.
All right, well, we appreciate you. Yeah. All right, so we'll be back here tomorrow at 8 a.m. The Remix
It's
Morning
the
Show, y'all. Peace out. So I got some music
Peace,
ready.
guys.
Please, Lord,
Look
let
at
me have some
you
music
rushing
ready.
everybody. You ain't even motherfucking ready.
You're right. Hey, we out of here, y'all.